NFL playoff talk, 2020 fantasy football talk. Let's get to it. Intro.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Is going on, everybody? So glad to have you here. I think this music's a little too loud with my new mic. I have to adjust it like this. I'll talk into it like this until I adjust the volume. I'm going to kill the music so you guys can hear me okay. 2020 fantasy football playoff talk, 2020 fantasy football rankings, 2020 fantasy football sleepers, 2020 fantasy football bold predictions. We can drop it all here. What's going on, Nick? What's going on, Mechanic? What's going on, Alba? What's going on, Poindexter? Nice to see you in here tomorrow. Ball is Life is in the house. Snack time, says Ball is Life. Where's the clan when you need him? Sam Beach, nice to see you here. Been a while. How you doing? Always like seeing Sam Beach in the house. Sam, take a lap for
Take a lap.
for not being here as often anymore.
Take a lap.
But we still love seeing you here. Mark Cleveland. And Mark, I haven't seen you in a while.
Take a lap.
Brissett's dad, Smitty, you lie. I didn't lie.
Take a lap.
Tell me I lied on my own show, Brissett's dad. Smitty lied. I was told to be here at 11:30. Oh, I guess I did lie. I'll take a lap.
Take a lap.
What's up, TJ Murphy in the hizzy? So if you guys don't know, I'm sure you all do, that the Battle of the Pimps, the Fantasy Showdown, is getting closer and closer. I have about 30 spots left. I'm filling probably half of those, or no, maybe 10 to 12 of those with pages, and then I might give out a handful of single spots to give out to the followers of those pages. But I will be giving at least 10 to 15 out, roughly. So I don't know the balance there yet, to people like in here, in the lives. Highest super chatter of usually the Thursday and Saturday show, we do send it to that person. But I'm not just giving it to people that super chat. I'm giving spots to people all over. More importantly, I'm giving them to spots that promote people that promote the show. So on Instagram, for example, I have a contest that people are entering in week entries where all I ask is for you in public. So like a crowded, busy place where you're promoting the show. The whole point is promoting the show, thefantasyfootballshow.com, right here. And I'm asking people to create a sign, hold that sign up in a public place, preferably like a busy college campus, a street corner, and take some video of it and send it to me. Tag me on Instagram, or if you need to email it to me or send it to me in a DM on Twitter, whatever. Send it to me. And if it's great, if it's good, like you do a good job, I'm going to give you a seat. Unless everybody enters, then I can't give a seat out. But no one's entered a really good video yet. So the person that does is going to get a seat. Like, it's that easy. Or high super chat of the night, or any of the other contests I have, or sometimes I'll just give one out randomly. Remember when I called you snotty? Nick says. Nick, that's right. Nick doesn't have a spot, right, Nick? What's up, Justin? What's up, Brissett's dad? Smitty never called me out like that. Never call you out like that again. I can't read. I've run this show, and I can have Sand Beach ban you in one message. It's probably true. The show has gone on without me before. Remember when I just hit live and I went running? It did pretty well. It is practically like the same thing. Reset your ban for life if you keep it up, says Sand Beach. I want one. You know, random act of kindness. Nick, you get a spot. Just like that. Nick, you have been here from the beginning. You were on my 24-hour live stream the first time I ever did it. I did a second 24-hour. The first 24-hour live stream, Nick was on there pretty much the whole time. Nick, you get a spot right now. Congratulations, Cinderella. You're going to the ball. Wear your best. I anoint you. I'm not ringing the bell for you. It's late. Smitty will kill me. But Nick, bow your head, Nick. Nick, you are going to the ball, young man. Young Cinderella. Gotta hang the pimp cane. I love the new pimp cane holder. It's perfect. What's up, Jimmy? Don't let me get MT on you, Sam Beach. All right, let's talk fantasy football. You guys want to go over wide receivers? Congrats, Nick. Nick said, I want one. He wants a spot. Nick, you get it. What's up, Augie? Augie in the house. Justin Young in the house. What's going on, man? What if the Titans upset the Ravens? They won't, but I said that about the Tennessee game in the wild card matchup, so who knows? Pimpin' ain't easy, said Mechanic. All right, let's go wide receiver rankings. What's up, Ugly? Ugly's in the hizzy. Let's do some rankings here. Number 1 wide receiver, I'm going to go ahead and write that bad boy in, is Mike Thomas. And we'll call that a wrap at the 1 spot. Mike Thomas is the number 1 wanked. I'm tired, man. The number 1 wanked wide receiver. Talking like I'm 4. I'm having a stroke. If I had a stroke, it'd be good to have one live because you guys could definitely get help pretty fast. Although there's a 10-second delay. So I don't know how much that's going to help. I would never want to box you. But who do you think would win, me or you? Nick, no offense, man. Never mind. Let's just leave it alone. Dalvin Cook over Barkley for you next year. Call you nuts? No one's going to call you nuts. That's like saying, I want a $100 bill over 250s. Smitty, look at what I said about CMC. Okay, hold on. Poindexter says, I am the only one not taking CMC if I get the first pick. Barkley was looking really great at the end of the year. I wouldn't blame you for that. I mean, that's not absolutely asinine, but I'm taking like if I had like 4 number 1 picks, I'd consider trading down to take Barkley with one of them. I don't know that I could not take CMC though. I'd figure out a way to trade down. But great topic. Big Dog, great commercial, Smitty. Laughing your butt off. I bet you are. Thank you, Big Dog. Big Dog, who do you like as the number 2 wide receiver? Could we Insta again live soon? Yeah, sometime I'm going to go and go live with people. Actually, we need to go live on Instagram right now. Let them know we're here. But I'll go live with you guys on Instagram more often. I just always have kind of an agenda when I go on, you know? So it's hard to... Okay, we're going to be live here on Instagram. Let me type in live on YouTube. Damn, fat fingered it. YouTube.com/the Fantasy Football Show. All spelled correctly. And I'm going to pin it. What's going on, guys? What's up, IG? You're live on the Fantasy Football Show on YouTube. You can watch from over here if you would like, but you definitely can get interactive over on this mug. Okay, Hopkins number 2. We're ranking wide receivers Instagram, so you're not going to be able to see it on IG, but I'll verbalize it for you. I'll translate. We're going to go number 1, Mike Thomas, because we're not assholes. Number 2, we're going to go DeAndre. Got some heartburn, man. Drank one too many Cokes. Haven't had that heartburn like that in a while. It's burning. Those Cokes aren't helping my muscle ups. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm trying to do enough pull-ups to get to to do a muscle up. It's taken a lot longer than I thought. I was all like confident that I was going to do it in like a month. It's hard, man. It's hard getting over 14 pull-ups. I can't right now. I can't get over like 14. It's really hard. I feel really good too. I'll be like at 8. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get like 15, 20, and then like I hit like 13, and it's like boom. Smitty, where can we get swag? You can get swag right here. I'll tell you where. Swag, and it's merch, as the kids say. sleeperu.com/merch. Merch. Right here is where you can get your merch, buddy. I'll have to see what I have up there right now. I may just have the shirt right now. I forget. AJ Brown is going to be coming up, but not now. Tyreek Hill, number 3. That's a good thought. Adams, number 3. I'm feeling Adams. This is going to be a group ranking, though. You guys know my ranking if you venture onto sleeperu.com. Let me see what IG is saying. What's up, IG? IG in the hizzy. Mike Thomas, number 1. And I have, like, it's bothering me that he's not in capital letters. Mike. We'll go Michael Thomas so someone doesn't get mad. Every time I do that, someone's like, who's Mike Thomas? Who the hell do you think Mike Thomas is? Smitty, who's your breakout rookie? I'll tell you. We'll get to rookies in a minute. What's up, Jeannie? What's up? Tariq, what's going on, guys? I'm over live on youtube.com/the Fantasy Football Show. I decided to come live on Instagram, too, to let you guys know where you can find me right now. But we're interactive. We're doing rankings. You can see them on the screen. You can't see it over here. Rankings right here on screen. If you're interested in that kind of thing. So, Michael Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to say Adams for me, but this is up to all of us. So, we got Hill, one AJ Brown. I know I'm excited about him, but don't start picking AJ Brown that high. Adams 3. What's up, Clock? What's up, Eric? I think N'Keal Harry. Eric says, so this is, I can already tell by the beginning of this. So what do I do with N'Keal Harry and Darrell Henderson now in your Dynasty League? Well, right now you don't get rid of them because no one's going to give you crap for them, at least what they're worth. N'Keal Harry still has a chance. He's very young. He got hurt. He has a chance to be a top 10 wide receiver, no question about it, in the right spot. Is he in the right spot? I don't know. Will he get traded on draft day? Something that the Patriots are very capable of doing. Could be. Could they get rid of Brady? Who knows what's going on at the QB position, man, at this point. They're kind of like everything's up in the air. So we got to kind of see where everything shakes out. But he looked really good at the end of the year. If anybody watched football, they know that he looked good. And I'm not suggesting that you're down on N'Keal Harry yet, but you're asking me what to do with him. No one's going to trade you for either. And Henderson, I don't cut. Henderson was a victim of not being used. And honestly, I misjudged the coaches. I don't think I misjudged his talent. I misjudged how the coaches would use him, and they don't use him at all. And that's part of fantasy football, and that was on me. You're breaking in and out. Maybe it's your connection, Nick, potentially. Anybody else having a problem with the audio? Okay, we're going to go with Hill. Everybody keeps saying Hill. I think Hill's more than number 4, but I've seen enough Hill votes that you guys have decided it's Tyreek Hill for you as a community, for us as a community. Regardless of me liking him at 4, I'm okay with this. I rank Adams ahead of him, but Adams is the consensus number 4 based on all the voting I've seen so far. Devonta Adams. Throw Adams up there. And to remind everybody, the high super chat of the night is going to the ball. AJ Brown is not ready yet, but he is somebody that I think could definitely finish at 5, 6, 7, and everybody would be like, oh, if I put him there. I'm not putting him there. I think he could finish there, but there's no way in hell I'm going to rank him there in a draft like setting, like to draft him. You don't have to. You always go off of ADP, because if you don't go off ADP, you're going to look like an a-hole on draft day. Hill over Adams. Rodgers is on his way out. No, Sand. He's not. Eric says, love your content. No bad intent with the question. Okay. It was the so part. I thought you were throwing a little dig at me there, which was fine, Eric. My skin is very thick. Very thick. It's fine. I'd welcome you here even if you had a problem with it. And you know what? You should have a problem with N'Keal Harry. I predicted him to do big freaking things, and he didn't. So, here. I need to...
Make a dumb comment, take a lap.
That's me. That's for me. That little one's for me. No problem, Eric. The stream is better now. Good. Sorry if it was choppy. Poindexter says Antonio Brown, number 5. No, Poindexter. Up and running again, Aaron said. Good. I didn't know there was a problem when there was a problem, so sorry about that. Gurley 1.01. No, Nick, I revoke your spot to the league. Julio number 5. Okay, I'm going to say, so we have 1 Julio, 1 Godwin. Adams is already up there. Amari, 1 vote for Cooper. Another vote for Julio. Another vote for Julio. Unless that was a repeat. You guys are a little tricky. Nope, that's 3 Julio votes. Keep it coming. Godwin, that's 2 Godwin, 3 Julio. What's up, IG? Vikings 49ers. Official, I'm going to say the 49ers crush them. Metcalf's a little high per set stat, but I like where you're headed. You're going bold. What's up, TBE? You won your league. Congratulations, my man. Devontae Parker, top 10. He could be. He could be. But, let me put that back up. What do you do, Mr. Blue, if Fitzpatrick gets hurt, then Parker's vanishes again? There's a reason Parker's not a young emerging receiver. He's been around. He's been waiting to bloom. And you get Ryan Fitzmagic coming in and really creating a major increase in value for Parker and making him like a stud. Like, he wasn't just good; he was an absolute beast. He was as good as they get in the top 2 to 5. He was amazing. But I don't know, man. Everyone's saying Godwin. I think I'm putting Godwin up. Godwin and Julio were tied 3-3. Poindexter says definitely Julio. We got another Godwin. We're tied. I know you're kidding, Nick, and I'm kidding back. Julio, Godwin, Julio. We're going with number 5 right now, guys. So we have number 1, Michael Thomas. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, you can see it. But if you're on Instagram right now, number 1, Michael Thomas. Number 2, DeAndre Hopkins. Number 3, Tyreek Hill. Number 4, Devonta Adams. And then we got all these votes here. Godwin, Julio, Diggs, Godwin, Julio. We're like dead tied, Julio and Godwin. Julio, says Augie. What's up, Brandon? Hit the thumbs up on your way in. 30 eyeballs on the show and only 15 of you hitting that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate if you let YouTube know how much you're enjoying the live stream right now by hitting that thumbs up. Because if you do, serve it up to more people. And then guess what? The show's going to get bigger. And guess what? I'm going to do more shows more often. And guess what? They'll be longer. I'll be doing 2 and 3 hour shows pretty much every time I go live versus, okay, guys, it's been an hour, hour and a half. So let's see. Let me click here, podcast.
Choosing a top podcast for you.
What? Computer. No. Computer.
Choosing a top podcast
Computer, stop.
for you.
Computer, play the Fantasy Football Show with Smitty. Computer, play the Fantasy Football Show with Smitty on Spotify.
Getting fantasy football podcast from
No.
Spotify.
Computer
Resuming
off.
fantasy-
She didn't even know who I am. Computer, who is Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show? What good are you? Computer, who is Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show? You're embarrassing me right now, computer. Who is Smitty, the Fantasy Football Show?
Here's something I found on the web. According to episodicalendar.com, Adam Sandler as Smitty.
What the Computer, who is Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show?
Here's something I found on the web. According to episodicalendar.com.
Computer, stop. Damn it. She used to know who I was. What's up, John? I'm doing good. Computer, how many interceptions did Jameis Winston have in 2019?
In the 2019 season, Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
30, first 30 and 30 ever, right? Okay, let's do the rankings. I'm sorry. Blue Dream. Anyways, Devontae Parker. Hell yeah. He's good, but I worry about him. I wouldn't rank him too high because I would worry about injury. We're going to go... you guys look like you want Julio. I would rank him lower, but this is a draft. This is a mock draft or a rankings, community rankings for the people, not for me. 6 is Chris Godwin. I don't have a problem with Chris Godwin being everybody's number 5 or number 6 over Evans, but I think it's funny that people don't give Evans like the respect that he deserves. And he was legit all year. He's capable of being top 4, top 3, and yet everybody kind of like balks over anybody that ranks Evans ahead of Godwin. Tariq knows what I'm saying. Tariq's saying he believes that Evans is... We must have a really big delay because some of your guys' comments are like about 2 minutes ago of what I was doing. I am Adam Sandler, apparently. This is funny. I'm seeing all the comments. We're really freaking delayed. You were great in Uncut Gems, Smitty. Blue Dream, what are you talking... Oh, yeah, the movie. I thought you were talking about my Reheating with Smitty. If you haven't seen my Reheating with Smitty, that's the debut of my cooking show that I had here on my channel. Go look for it. It's a picture of me reheating steak at the oven. Evans next. Man, my heartburn is bad. You know what helps heartburn? Getting another soda. I might have to wash this heartburn down with some carbonation. Mike Evans. Mike Evans is up. But I just think that no one... I mean, I have Evans ahead of Chris Godwin. They're like neck and neck. I have them like tied, essentially. But Evans to me is the one of these two receivers that would survive more so. They're both going to decline if something happens to Winston. But if a disaster strikes Winston, then we're looking at... What's up, Austin? Hey, Smitty. Finding you was the best. Won both of my fantasy leagues because of you. Thank you, Austin. Are you over on my YouTube? Because You're going to see the rankings on screen and everything. I like you on Instagram too. I don't want you guys not following me over here, but we are live on YouTube, and you're going to get more of an interactive experience over here. So make sure you subscribe, like, follow, and tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Winston to the Chargers, says Louie. I'll hop on YouTube. I forgot, says Austin. No problem. I mean, you can stay over here too, but you're just going to get a lot more interaction over here. But I appreciate you. Good job winning. But Mike Evans, if Winston declines, Mike Evans is the one, or if Winston gets benched. And for people thinking Winston can't get benched because he keeps throwing TDs, I hate to break it to you, but if they're not winning games and he throws another 15 TDs in 7 games next year, they might plan ahead of time in the offseason. I would not be shocked if they drafted a quarterback or made some kind of trade and just got a decent QB behind Winston. What if Bridgewater went to Tampa Bay and just sat behind him, and then he throws 15 INTs? They might toy with pulling him. Like, everyone's acting like he's locked and loaded as a guy that that a team's not gonna bench. If disaster strikes Winston, who very much treats Chris Godwin and Mike Evans like his Antonio Brown for Ben Roethlisberger, when Ben Roethlisberger would go down, Antonio Brown would go from the number 1 wide receiver in the league to literally, you could barely play him as a medium range wide receiver 2 in fantasy. He was that bad when Ben went away. It is because that offense was crippled when Ben was out. So, yeah. Galladay, a lot of Galladay votes. One Odell vote from Poindexter. I'm not. Odell's almost done for me. I'll draft him at the right price, but Odell screwed me last year. I was really high on him. Where's my take a lap?
Take a lap. Take a lap.
That's for Odell. Damn it, Smitty. We all miss, guys. Don't think you're going to follow an expert that's not going to miss 2 or 3 of his, like, some of his big things. I say a lot of stuff, and nothing I say is going to be like, oh, guys, I'm predicting that Zeke Elliott will outscore Ronald Jones in 2020. That's not the kind of crap that anybody's going to watch, and nor is that useful. So everything that I say, pretty much, in a lot of the questions I answered, if not 90, I shouldn't say a lot, almost every single question I get, unless it's from Nick talking about Todd Gurley, every single question I get is literally 50-50, 60-40, really close call, especially to start bench advice. So you're gonna miss a lot when you're asked very, very close call stuff. And my predictions are never gonna be like, who's gonna watch my shit if I'm like, hey, let me rank my top 5 wide receivers, and I do that every week. You have to say some bold stuff, and I'm not just throwing stuff out like throwing darts at a dartboard. I've been doing this 16 years. It's pretty calculated crap, and I have a track record that you can go look at on Sleeper U. So, but the honest truth is we're gonna miss some, man. And one of a couple of my misses was Montgomery, Odell. I thought the Browns and Baker would do well. I thought Darrell Henderson would finally get a shot. It happens. Those are my big misses, man. But, you could talk about Dalvin Cook being in my top 5. And in the intro video of every single video I have since like February or January, every single one.
Top 5 running back. Top 5 running back.
Actually, let me play the
Top 5 running back.
What?
Top 5 running back.
But we hit and we miss him. We hit and we miss him. Hollywood Brown, I love Hollywood, but he's not going at 8. But I love Hollywood. Hollywood. Don't sleep on A-Rob, says TJ Murphy. Are we going with Galladay? For real? Thanks for the answer. No problem. Lockett. Good question. Aaron Mohammed, the man, the myth, the legend. Mechanic says Galladay. What's this question right here? This long old question, Thomas. These are the ones that are hard to read. These are the ones that make me feel illiterate. Yo, Smitty, I don't know how you handle something like this, but I would recommend, because my eyes are so bad. I got to get my glasses, man. And it's so far from my screen. You put the playoffs somewhere in the title, and y'all about it, so you draw more views from people who have their teams playing. I don't know what you're really asking, Thomas. Are you asking why I'm not talking about the playoffs? It says right here, NFL playoffs plus 2020 fantasy football. So we're going to talk about both. We're talking about it all, brother. But if there's anything you have, ask me. It's always like kind of a Q&A format. Ask away, my man, and I will answer. So I'm not sure what you're asking, Thomas. Hit me again with whatever you're looking at. Metcalf over Lockett. That's a bold take, Tariq. It could happen. It could happen. Definitely. And if you asked somebody that question 1 week ago or a week and a half ago, they would have been like, I don't know. And then you ask somebody like today, they're like, DK, of course. You know, we all have known that. That's what someone's reaction is. You wouldn't call Henderson or Baker a bust yet. I mean, for 2020, they were a bust, given my prediction, given how great I thought they would be right away. What's up, Jake? Yo, Smitty, hopefully I get lucky and get into the 96-man league. Highest super chatter of this show will get in, Jake. And I have a bunch of contests on my Instagram stories, which I believe are the best Instagram stories in the freaking business. No one has better stories on IG than me. This heartburn is killing me. Bernardo, what's good, my man? You have us winning it all? Yeah, the Niners are going. I can't talk tonight. The Niners are going to the Super Bowl, but I might have the Ravens beating them. But you can't get mad at that, Bernardo. I'm predicting them to go at this point. Wow. You should have a walk in the park game against the Vikings, but anything can happen, clearly. But I think it's the 49ers for sure. You're in it. You're in it, man. And the Ravens are going to have a tough time. But the 49ers only struggle pretty much with teams with a running quarterback, Kyler Murray, Lamar. So, I mean, it's not crazy to think that Lamar is going to beat the 49ers again. Yeah, I know. But I'm part of me is rooting for the 49ers, bro. Smitty, could you switch camera angles? You don't like my mug? I feel a little bit offended right now. I feel like maybe my username is Ugly Dude based on what you just said to me. Brissett's dad doesn't want this camera angle. Why? It shows the logo nicely. Is it my face? DJ Moore showed with the bad QB, he's a top 10 lock for next year if they get right under center. True, but that's a big problem, man. That's a lot of change. You know, you don't have your quarterback situation completely ironed out and you're expecting top 10 wide receiver numbers. Bro, that is a recipe for disappointment. Don't draft him that high. Don't draft him near top 10. If you can, we'll see where ADP shakes out. Okay, yeah, we need to move on with the rankings. So we have Galladay, I think. Everybody's saying Galladay. Galladay, Cooper, and then who? I heard pizza cures heartburn. Dude, if I had pizza right now, my throat would be on fire. Bro, you may have GERD. I think I do have GERD. It's like burns. Galladay, right? Kenny Galladay, the madcap. And then we had a lot of Amari Coopers. Poindexter, I think more is way too early, man. I mean, if we're doing like just what you think could happen, but you'd obviously use ADP to your advantage, then I'm okay with putting anybody anywhere. But if we're going to kind of do more of like a where would you rank these guys and head into your draft, let's kind of go that route. Boyd, Eric says with Burrow, Boyd not top, not 8, man. No way. No way. You're trying to recruit for me on Twitter. Thank you, Aaron Mohammed. You can be my Twitter ambassador, my man. And you have a spot already, right, Aaron? I think you do. I think you have a spot. Gotta bounce later, Bernardo. What's up, Angel? Yeah, I definitely have acid reflux. I don't know about the GERD. I don't really know what constitutes a GERD. it sounds awful. I'd rather just call it acid reflux. I don't want to have a GERD. It's GERD. The hell's GERD? AJ Green? Hell no. This camera angle makes you feel claustrophobic. Does anybody else want to change camera angles? Because Brissett's dad is a unique man. I like Chark, but maybe not this high. Do we go? Let me pull up my rankings because I feel like you guys aren't calling out somebody that I might call out at this point. Bernardo's got school. He's got to bounce, man. So we got Evans, Godwin, Galladay, AJ Brown, Cooper. We already have Julio, right? We already put Julio up, yeah. Chark, Keenan Allen, Tyler Lockett. I think Cooper is probably where most people are going to go here. So we'll go 9, Amari Cooper. Debo is way too high, Ben, but I like the boldness. I like what you're thinking here. AJ Brown. I like AJ Brown. I think we're getting close. I'd be okay with AJ Brown 10 in a ranking. Like, I have him as a breakout top 5 to 7, but I would only rank him like, it depends how I'm doing the ranking. If I'm like, say, here's my bold prediction rankings here, then I'd put AJ Brown, in that range to show everybody how high I think he could be. Coming out player, like breakout players, Nick, I'll toss out a couple names. Juju, not yet, but I think he's a sleeper, but you're going to get him really far. Are you burping a lot? If so, it's GERD. What's GERD, though? Like, what does GERD mean? Versus heartburn. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean for your how long you're going to live? I'm not burping a lot, no. I think it's, God, we got such a delay. The question I asked about the camera angle, you guys are now just finally answering that. And that's like a 2-minute delay. I don't know what the hell is going on. AJ Brown. I'm okay with AJ Brown here. Let's be bold and brave. AJ Brown. I like it. I like it. Just so we don't have people complaining about not talking about the playoffs. We can talk about the playoffs too. Here it is. And where's my bracket? All right, let's talk about this. So we got the Eagles no longer. This is the way it was when we first did it. So we got the Vikings going on to will play the 49ers. Let me copy that mug. Control V that shot. Can't believe the Saints lost. It's crazy. It's crazy. Seattle. Let's paste that bad boy. Obviously, Seattle won. The colors are going to be a little bit off, I think. Okay. Then we have Green Bay here. And let's replicate that. Hit the thumbs up if you're in here, guys. Okay, so those matchups are correct. Let's put a bunch of San Frans back over here so we can drag them over later. Baltimore's right here. We have Tennessee. We have Houston. This side of the bracket's fine. Looks like we did this. Oh, here's another Green Bay. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's do a consensus bracket. I know mechanic, but what's it mean? Like, if I had GERD versus acid reflux, tell me how my life is different. What is the ramification of GERD versus heartburn? Do we need to call up Dr. Raj? Mechanic. Okay. So, what are we doing? What are we picking here? Smitty, who is Trump taking with the number one pick? I don't know, but have you seen my cartoon? Do I have it on here? Let me see if I have my cartoon.
Hello?
Is this Todd Gurley?
Yeah, who is this?
Listen, I don't have a lot of time. I'm at my fantasy draft.
Alright. Anybody think I got time to leak the old lizard? Drank one too many beers. Know what I mean?
Are you hurt?
Whoops.
You are listening to the Fantasy Football Show. High energy, big hands, great bold predictions. Watch it.
Big hands, big bold predictions. Is anybody interested in seeing that as a regular cartoon series on Instagram? Who is interested in that? If it was a regular series, you got Trump, Mike Tyson, Barack. Who's interested in watching that? Now you tell me you're not a doctor. Yeah, I need to ask him about my heartburn on Saturday. I tell him that mechanic diagnosed me with GERD. Damn, my heartburn is bad tonight. And I even took a heartburn pill. Like, what the hell? Still have it. Need to drink some water. Okay, so who are we going with? Pick a winner. As a life underwriter, I can say there is no additional morality between GERD and acid reflux. It's the same thing. Okay, gotcha. Well then, yes, I'm gonna call it acid reflux. I do have a little bit of acid reflux, but whatever. Shit happens. Cheering for the Titans and the Vikings Super Bowl. That's not gonna happen. Ugly dude. Ugly dude, if that happens, you get a lifetime subscription to sleepery.com. Packers, Ravens, Chiefs, Vikings. Let's go 49ers. We know that's going to happen. What are we doing here? Seattle. It sucks we have such a delay. It's normally about 5 to 10 seconds, but for whatever reason today, because of the lag, it was lagging for like a minute or two, so we're like a minute behind. You guys okay with that cartoon? I guess I'm hearing. I gotta ask you guys like 2 or 3 minutes in advance as to what. We can't do anything together. Maybe I'll just do a trading. We'll do this, and I'm going to talk about trading and stuff like that because I don't know that I can answer many questions. We have like a 2 or 3 minute delay. I'm going to go with Green Bay. I think Green Bay wins this bad boy. And on top of that, it's in Green Bay, home field. You're in Aaron Rod. I was about to say Brett Favre. You're in Aaron Rodgers' world. Baking soda with water, Smitty. Thank you, Ricky. Ricky Hernandez says Ricky Hernandez, and then he says baking soda with water. Thank you. GERD comes from having Baker and Odell on the same team. Jake, GERD comes from having Baker and Odell on your go get them this year video back in May. I got GERD from that. The delay is gone, Eric, but it created a 2 minute like delay in the stream. So your questions are like literally 2 minutes behind. It's crazy. 2020 running backs, Jake, I'll go over that in a minute too. Tennessee's not beating Baltimore. San Fran's not getting beat by the Vikings. I said that about the Tennessee game against New England, but hey. Actually, I did feel like there's a chance that Tennessee could win. I did not think there was a chance in hell that the Vikings would beat the Saints, though. So, to say for sure, no. But I'm pretty confident the 49ers will face the Green Bay Packers. Seattle could win that game. That's not crazy, but I think Green Bay has a nice advantage. KC over Houston for me. Baltimore clearly over the Titans. This is the tough one. This is the one I want to get you guys' take on. It's going to take 2 or 3 minutes for me to hear back from you. But tell me who you think you want to win this matchup. I'm going to say I love Green Bay, but they're not going to probably win this game. And we already had a matchup that proves that the 49ers are going to probably roll them. Not roll them, but I think they beat them. So it comes down to you guys for what we're doing here with this part of the bracket. Isn't your daddy's Green Bay or your daddy's home field Seattle's 8-1? What? Cat fan? Who are you talking to? Nick, I think it might be an upset, Smitty. 49ers defense has been quiet. Nick, I don't think the 49ers are going to lose this one, but I'll ring the bell for you 10 times in a row if you're right the next time I see you after that game. I wonder if an IBC cream soda would help my heartburn. Probably not, but I'm wondering. I don't know if I should try it. You'll never know until you try. And I'm still waiting. Here comes the answers from my 2 or 3 minute question ago. The Ravens, Houston beats the Chiefs. Smitty, if the 49ers go to the Super Bowl, you should do a show with Dr. Raj in the stadium. Okay, Brissett. I'll do my best. Whatever. Walter never heard of that. What did Walter say? Drink. Oh. Guy's still trying to help me with my heartburn. What good people. Houston beats. Thank you, Productions. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't see your question until now. Are you still here? Yes, you are. Thank you, Productions. What's up, Dash? What's up, 32? When I see a number in somebody's name and I can't like say the name quickly, it's like yours is Yakabu. I think I got that right, but I just immediately call you by your number, like 32. Just a little easier. But Yakabu, I think I got that right? Yakabu. Let me know. Took me about 4 weeks to get Seclan. By the way, we are pretty much at our 1 year anniversary. I think we're like right there. I don't know what day I really started to produce a lot of content. It was more like February, but because I kind of started in January getting it ready and going, I guess you could count it. But happy 1 year anniversary to the Fantasy Football Show. This video show on YouTube has only been going for 1 year, and we're at 3,800 subscribers or whatever. Pretty high climb for 1 year, for one season. I really was hoping we could get to like 10K by the end of December. Just things kind of, it's hard to get people, new people in like in October, November. People are falling out of leagues. People are watching football less and less as 12 owners become really 10 competitive owners, then 8, then 5, then 2, and then finally one person win, or 2 people are in the fantasy football Super Bowl. But I'm going to change that in 2020 because all you dynasty people out there are going to get a lot of dynasty fed content from really the whole year, but I'm going to focus more on it once October comes. I'm going to do a lot of it in the off season, a ton of dynasty content. So get ready for that. But when week 1 kicks off, there'll be a little less dynasty content from weeks 1 through like October. And then when October kicks in and people start potentially fading, I'm going to start keeping the dynasty crowd happy. KC wins. KC, Chiefs, Baltimore, San Francisco, Baltimore, Chiefs, Baltimore, Chiefs. We got like a tie, man. Let's do KC on this one because I've been doing Baltimore on every one of my brackets. Let's just see if we can get this bracket right. And then we can reflect on it and say community bracket won or would have won. And who's going to win the game? We got the 2 red team jerseys against each other. Thank you, Jake. When did you find me, Jake, and how long have you been following? And where did you find me? Let me know in 4 minutes from now when you respond. Because there's some freaking delay that I cannot figure out why it won't fix itself. Catch up. Yeah, happy first anniversary, guys. 1 year. We've only been doing it 1 year. I'm pretty confident that most shows out there that are at like the 20 and 40 and 50 and even like the headliner guys, I think we're doing pretty damn good for year 1. I think we're ahead of the game, and our engagement, if you multiply it by their follower count, all of these bigger shows out there, we would be well ahead of them. I would, by my calculations, in many of the cases. Maybe not every show out there, but pretty much a lot of the decent sized shows, if we multiply the subscriber count, our engagement looks like it's crazy. During the year, like right now we have 35 people in the live. It's the off season, but we were reaching 800 people in the lives in September. Focus. My damn autofocus. There you go, says Dad. I know you like that. So Nick, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Nick, I'll give you one question. All right, IG, I'm hanging up on you right now. Nick, I'll give you one question right now on the show. And then I'm hanging up on you. So you better ask it fast. So get your phone out, Nick. Why isn't this video? Okay, Nick, I'm gonna message you right now. Where are you, Nick? One question, Nick. What's up?
Yeah, I'm
Whoops.
gonna turn on the light. Sorry. Hey, Smitty.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, say, I have a question for my Dynasty League.
Okay.
One of my friends is trying to trade me. So we do Fab League, and we do like contracts and stuff. And so I have.
This
Josh
isn't a
Allen,
fast question.
Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Austin Hooper as like my keepers next year.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to think. So, Christian McCaffrey is $166, and it's a $500 budget. But Christian McCaffrey's $166 for 1 year, and then Dalvin Cook is $96 for 3 years.
Okay.
And so and then I have Josh Allen, like $2 for 4 years or whatever. I'm trying to decide, should I trade those three guys for Lamar Jackson, who's $15 for 3 years, plus AJ Brown, who's $4 for.
So
4 years.
repeat the guys again. McCaffrey,
So McCaffrey, Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
It's just a bit. So the thing is, it's a pretty much like a big swap. I just lose a lot of cap. That makes sense.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to pick up players of what equal value later, or are they all scooped up?
I could pick. So, who's available? I could pick up would be like Derrick Henry.
You could buy him no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Cook, McCaffrey, and who?
So I have on my team right now. I have Dalvin Cook and Christian McCaffrey.
But you be giving up both of those guys?
Yeah, for like Lamar Jackson.
And
I
AJ
don't know
Brown.
if Lamar's gonna do as well next year, but I have Christian McCaffrey more year, so I didn't know if I should just try to cash in right now, or.
I don't know, man. I mean, I love Lamar and I love AJ Brown, but with those two running backs and probably still a decent amount of money left, right? You still have a good amount of money left.
I have like $100 left.
But that'll buy you what? Like, name a couple players.
I could probably get one key guy like Mike Evans.
Okay, and then who would the rest of your team be?
I have some smaller guys like Benny Snell and Raquel Armstead. But I could get like just any bench type of player. And any rookie, of course. But
Yeah. See, the thing is, man, I would trade for a two-headed monster like that in a lot of situations. And who's your QB?
Josh Allen.
Allen's still a good QB. If you could still get a Mike Evans on top of Allen, on top of Cook and McCaffrey, I think you'd be crazy to give up that kind of firepower just chasing the youth and chasing some dollars. Like, it's different if you had one or two guys and like nothing, but you have Allen and you have the chance to get a Mike Evans. So don't do it in another league. Go get Lamar and build something similar in a different league. Leave this one alone, man. You fight to get that kind of value. You like work hard to get a Cook and a McCaffrey and still have a boatload of other stuff. Don't worry about.
You were able to help me get like Dalvin Cook. I did the Dalvin Cook trade for. I had Andrew Luck last year.
Yeah.
And I traded Andrew Luck before he retired. For
Don't do it, man. All right, man. I'm gonna jump back to the stream. Keep
good. I'll
keep
see you
your
there.
keep your team. Don't touch that team. Play with other teams. Don't play with that one.
Sounds good. I'll see you there.
Yep. Okay. So we helped Nick out. That was good. No, Nick, don't do it. And Nick, I was playing with you when I said, when Nick was on, I was like, this is a long question. I was kidding. Kidding with you, Nick. So who do we say was going to win the Super Bowl? Are we giving it to Mahomes? Or are we giving it? Let's give it to the 49ers. Unless you guys twist my arm, I'll change it. Yeah, and that wasn't, Nick, it's not really a dynasty league. This is like a contract keeper league, not a dynasty, just so you know. Dynasty is when you keep everybody. You literally keep everybody every year. So it's more of a contract league. But a lot of people either categorize something a keeper league or a dynasty league, so it makes sense. But no way I trade Cook and McCaffrey for A.J. Brown. You know what would happen if you did that, Nick, most likely? Yeah, no, Nick, I'm kidding with you. You know what this reminds me of, Nick? If you were to trade Cook and McCaffrey, and you've asked me a couple of questions very similar to this, you're very much a person that needs to keep their own. I need to do, and I'm kind of like this, or I was way like this back in the day, but I've adjusted and fixed this part, like fumbles. Like if you're fumbling running back, you got to fix it. One thing a lot of people struggle with is they try and think of the worst case scenario and try and get out of a situation before there's even a problem. And so you're thinking right now that you have this cap problem, or you need to get cap free, and you're trying to just make a move to get out. And it's natural. People fight this all the time. But you have the freaking situation you'd be chasing if you weren't in it. So you need to like step back and be like, I have McCaffrey and Cook, and I'm gaining nothing. This reminds me of somebody that saves all their money in an auction draft, and they have a boatload of money, and everybody spent their money, but by the time they're ready to spend it, there's no one left. Like, what are you going to go buy with your extra money? You could have had McCaffrey, Cook, Evans, and Allen, and if you get rid of McCaffrey and Cook, and you have Lamar, which is great, and then you have A.J. Brown, which I love, but maybe you said that the only guys available were like a Henry. So let's say you go get Henry and you have to overpay because he's the only running back left, and then you have a bunch of these mediocre guys. Now all of a sudden you have Lamar, Henry, and Evans, and then like a bunch of mediocre guys, but you have a lot of them. Like, no way, man. Take the big guns and roll. San Fran. Yeah. All right, we'll put San Fran on here. We'll end the bracket. And then the final kind of topic here that I'll go over before I end the live, it's already been an hour, is trading. So similar to what we're talking about. It's a great topic. Nick's question kind of got us on topic for this. So when you are trading, let's talk about draft pick trading. And I have a video up for those of you that don't know. It is up. It's a good video. It kind of can carry over from year to year. This heartburn's bad. What did I eat? I didn't have anything that gave me heartburn today. No problem, Nick. When you draft pick trade, the most important thing to do, by the way, I have a marker board. In the studio, and I'm going to do a lot of stuff over there this year. I'll have a mic there. I'll switch over. So in the studio, I'll be doing some mock draft board stuff all off season. I just got to get it all ready. I got to get the lighting right. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But when you do draft pick trading, do 2-for-1s. You've got to make some like you're giving them something entirely for free. If I come to you, Brissett's dad, and I say to you, how about I give you my second and fourth rounder for your first and seventh or sixth rounder, whatever. All that does to somebody is say, the number one's better. I don't want to make a deal. And then what happens is you come back to that owner and you make them some bigger trade, and they literally are already on the mindset of saying no, they're not going to do anything. You got to be careful when you trade with people that you don't get them in the habit of saying no early on, even if it's one time, because same situation presented to them that they would have accepted from offer 1, they may no longer accept an offer 2 or 3 or 4 because they're already heading in another direction. I hate that owner where you're like, hey, you want to make a trade? They're like, no. Will you trade me? I'll trade you Keenan. I'll trade you Chris Godwin for your Keenan Allen, no matter what. And the owner's like, I drafted Allen. I like him. I want to see how he does this year. I'm not making any trades before the season starts. What if I give you Mike Evans and Chris Godwin for Keenan Allen? Like there's that owner that literally won't trade you. You could offer him your best players, and he literally won't trade. He's scared to trade. He doesn't want to trade. He's a very conservative person. Whatever the case may be, those owners annoy the hell out of me. I love to trade. I can always make a trade. Let me see if I can switch over. Hopefully this helps. How's the stream now? Is it better? I switched over a setting, and I think this might be better. Let me know. Might end it here anyways, but those traders drive me nuts. I can't stand those guys. What I like to do is trade 2 for 1. So I want another first rounder. Do I have my trading? Let's see if my trading video is here. Art of trading. Welcome to the Art of Fantasy Football Trading, episode 1. We're going to talk about the order of things and how the order of what you do, how you do it, what you bring up first can influence your fantasy football trade and dictate whether you even get a deal done. Let's do it. Top 5 running back.
You're watching the Fantasy
Going. Now, this series of trading complex. There are so many layers. So I'm going to switch. I'm just trying to set it right, but I'm going to resume this video. I probably won't let it play all the way through. But here we go. Oh, so many ways to go about trading, so many ways to mess up, so many ways to salvage trade talks, so many ways to ignite them and get good trade talks going. Now, this series will go through different tactics. In episode 1, I'm going to talk merely about the order of things, how you do things, how you unwrap your offers, how you initiate them. So let me give you an example. Let's say Joe has Darrell Henderson and I want to acquire Darrell Henderson from Joe. The worst thing I could do is straight up ask for Darrell Henderson from Joe. This in most cases won't land you the player you want. You're showing your hand. The other owner knows you want Darrell Henderson, so Joe's going to hold it over my head and make me overpay if he even trades him at all. Don't ask for the player you want right away. There are 2 scenarios that can play out if you ask for Darrell Henderson right out of the gate, and both of them have you not owning him. Both of them have Joe rejecting the trade. Let me go over both of them, then I'll give you the third scenario, the scenario where you can possibly get Henderson. The only way to go, if you inquire about a player and the other owner has less knowledge than you, their initial reaction is to go back into their shell. They look at you as somebody that knows what they're doing, and even if it's on a subconscious level, they're like, hey. So what I'm talking about here is basically, I thought this was going to get into the draft pick trading. Sorry. But this is a good topic. This is a good trading, like the order of things. So when you go to make a trade offer to somebody, so let's say I want to trade with, Ugly. So if I want to trade with Ugly and I go to Ugly and I say, Ugly, I want Alvin Kamara from you. Ugly is probably more likely because he drafted him to say no, or to say, hey, I like Alvin Kamara, I don't want to trade him. Anything I say after that point is going to be an uphill battle for me to get Alvin Kamara. Why? because I asked for Alvin Kamara out the gate. I shouldn't have done that. What you do subconsciously is you ask somebody, hey, excited to see many of you. All right, yeah, run boys. Glad you're in the showdown. Jake says, I found you on YouTube as searching for more tape on Darrell Henderson. Sorry, that's how you found me, but I promise you Darrell Henderson has the talent. It's just a situation. We'll do another Scooter live stream, don't worry. So if I'm going to Ugly and I want Alvin Kamara, let's say he has Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, I'm trying to think of a mid-range player. Let's see. Let's say he has Marlon Mack and Sonny Michel, and I want Kamara. So he's got Kamara. Here, let's put it on screen, and let me get rid of this. So let me get rid of all these. These are our wide receiver rankings that we did. So if I want Kamara, let's say he has Kamara. Who do we say? Kamara, Henry. We should probably put Henry first. Henry, Kamara. Let's call it Ingram. Mark Ingram. Ingram and Michelle. Let's say these are his running backs. So I go to Ugly and I say to him, I want Kamara. If I do that, it's an uphill battle from that point forward because I've played my hand. I've showed my hand. So I go to him and I say, hey, I want Derrick Henry. You're not getting Derrick Henry. Okay. Well, I want Mark Ingram. I like Mark Ingram. I don't know. It's going to take a lot. And then he rejects that. Make offers that you would take for Mark Ingram, though. Make offers that you would take for Derrick Henry. Make him actually say no to a legit offer. You can read through somebody's bad acting. So actually play it out. Try and get Henry. If you don't like Ingram, don't make an offer you're not willing to accept. Like an auction where you bid something high on a guy trying to bid him up and then you get stuck with him. Don't get stuck with Ingram, but make an offer you would like. And if he shoots that down, go for Michelle. Say, well, what about Michelle? See if he'll give you him practically free. Let's say you don't even like Michelle. Then you say, well, what about, Kamara? That would help make this trade happen. Let's say that this was A.J. Brown. Let's see. Let's say you have Mike Thomas. Keenan Allen. And DJ Moore and A.J. Brown. This is likely somebody's wide receivers. Very much could be. So in this situation, and you want A.J. Brown, you do not go asking for A.J. Brown until the end. You say, can I have Mike Thomas? Make him say no. Make him say in his mind, I like Mike Thomas better than A.J. Brown. Now, granted, he does. Granted, he should. But you need to make him say that. You need to make him commit to Mike Thomas being better than A.J. Brown. And he's doing that. What about Keenan Allen? No, he's my second best receiver. You have just made A.J. Brown less valuable subconsciously to him because he has just ranked Mike Thomas and Keenan Allen ahead of him. Inquire about DJ Moore. Get him to say no to all three players. Then ask him. Make A.J. Brown come out of his mouth. So you say, what other wide receivers do you have? I need a wide receiver. Well, I have A.J. Brown. He's basically subconsciously becoming a little bit more okay with giving up A.J. Brown because he's offering that name up to you in a trade talk. Even if he didn't want to trade him, even if he barely wants to trade him, it came out of his mouth that he's willing to trade him because you said, what other wide receivers do you want? It's a little psychology that doesn't always work, but it oftentimes can lead you into a better direction and getting a deal done. If you don't use this strategy, the odds of getting a trade done are less likely. Could you still get it done? Maybe. Maybe you would have really easily got it done if you'd done this approach. Sometimes you can still pull a trade off, but you're more likely to then say, well, I guess, what do you want for A.J. Brown? At that point in his mind, he's already confirmed Mike Thomas is his number one. Keenan Allen's his number two. He wouldn't trade DJ Moore, so clearly he ranks him higher. Now he's probably devalued A.J. Brown as much as you possibly can within reason in this scenario because of the order of questions. So the order of things is super important when you're doing fantasy football trade negotiating. Keep that in mind. In the trading of draft picks, which I thought that video was going to play, is basically kicking the can down the road. The best approach in fantasy football for trading up in your draft, essentially trade your third and fifth rounder for a first if you can, the late first or whatever. So your third and your fifth are gone. Trade your second and your seventh if you can, or sixth or whatever, to move your second up into the first. Now you have 3 first rounders. So your second's gone, your third's gone. I don't know if I said your fourth was gone yet. You should have a fourth pick or a third, a fifth pick or whatever around, and your eighth pick and maybe your 10th pick. I've traded like my fifth, my eighth, and my 10th before to get a high second. So essentially, you trade 3 picks. You're not doing even Steven trades. You're letting them take 2 extra draft picks or 1 extra draft pick in these trades. You're not asking for another swap down the road to make things a little more even. You have to wow them. You have to make them say, this is like free. I got to take this pick. It's like a free pick. If you're trading in draft pick formats, requires that you get a pick back, then you just take their last pick. And then that feels like you're getting rid of nothing. I've literally got in a draft before 4 first rounders doing this approach. I typically, and that's aggressive, that's sending out 10 offers per owner per wave. So in trade 1, when I'm trying to acquire just the extra first rounder, I'm sending out like 10 to 12 offers. So after you get that one, all of the trade offers get pulled off and cleared. You set up another series, another wave of 10 to 12 to 15 offers. Literally 2 or 3 offers to every owner, preferably maybe 15 to 25 offers you send out in that wave. All it takes is 1. You should, in a very aggressive approach, meaning you're offering 10 to 20 offers per wave, you should have no problem in a relatively decent type of trading league, where people aren't just never trading or something. You can't control those. You should be able to get, if you had a high first to begin with, you should be able to get, let's say you had the 2 pick. You should be able to get, you'll keep the 2. You're never trading that. You get a 5, you get a 6, and you get a 14. And you literally have 4 players in those first 15 overall picks. 4 players in the top 15. Then you have to look at it and say to yourself, what am I really lacking now? I gave up a bunch of shit, but really, where's my hole at? Team. You have your first rounder, it's in the first. You have your second rounder, it's in the first. You have your third rounder, it's in the first. You have your fourth rounder, it's either in the high second or it's in the first. Your void is really beginning in the 5th round. 5th, 6th, 7, 8. You have this massive void where you literally could go eat lunch and watch a movie and come back and you're still not on the clock. But what do you do then? That's why I call it kicking the can down the road. You go and you grab the next couple, and this is where people about stop trading with you. So you have maybe 1 more trade left before people are like, you're ruining the league, and prepare for a lot of pushback on this, and people are not going to love you in the draft. But you might have your 7th, 8th, and 11th or something like that. You trade all 3 or 2 of those for another 5th round pick or something. You literally trade like a 7th, and then 11th and 12th, or 7th, preferably 2 single-digit rounds. So if you still had a 9th and a 10th, or an 8th and a 10th, let's say, left after you got the 4 picks. Trade those for a 5th rounder, and literally now you have your first, you have your second, you have your third, you have your fourth. Those are all moved up. You have your 5th. Your void starts in round 6. Who's in round 6? You can live without a player in round 6. Yes, you're not going to have a lot of depth, but as you guys know, at the end of a draft, sometimes in rounds 15, 14, those players are in some ways comparable to the players in the 7th and 8th and 9th round. So it's not like you're left without players. And sometimes after a draft, you can pick up a couple guys you really like. It depends on how deep all the teams are. But for the most part, is it still freezing? I really recommend this approach. I think we'll call it since it's freezing. But I'm out of here. Thank you very much. It's not freezing there, Run Boys. I don't know. But try that approach in at least one league where you're able to do draft pick trading. It's a really good technique. Doesn't make a lot of friends. It does make a lot of championships, though, if you land your players. Imagine having the 2nd overall pick and you got Barkley. Imagine having then the 5th overall pick, you get Mike Thomas. Then you have the 7th overall pick and you get Kamara, or 8th overall pick. Then the 15th overall or 14th overall pick, you get, it looks like Ball's Life wants he's got the super chat up here. You might be the grand prize winner, my man. Then who could you get at 15? Let's see what players are there. Mixon could fall. Mike Evans. So let's say, you have Barkley, Kamara, Mike Thomas, and Mike Evans coming out of a draft where, yes, you have no depth, and then you might have got that 5th rounder, and maybe you take your QB there. Maybe you take Russell Wilson. That's a perfect pick to make in that situation too, because if you have no depth, you have no opportunity to go get like some solid players for a long time. That's when it is smart to get your quarterback, because you're going to have solidified one of the most important scoring options for yourself. And you could wait on a QB, because like, what if like you could get a Brady and not a Brady. Let's see. I know everyone's down on Brady. What if you could get Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, who everybody's down on? What if you could get Aaron Rodgers in the freaking 12th round or 10th round this year? People are talking about Aaron Rodgers being outside their top 10. What if you could land Carson Wentz, Drew Brees, Winston, one of those quarterbacks with your 11th or 12th round pick down the way, and then with that 5th rounder you use it on let's see, what player could be a 5th rounder? You think Mac would fall that far? I don't know where Mac's going to go in 2020. Carry on. Juju could fall there. Who knows? Hilton. Who knows where people are going to draft Hilton? There's a lot of good players you could draft with your fifth draft pick if you were able to move that up from those like 3 picks down the road. Try it out. It's a great way to go. Computer Bob, what is your question here? Smitty, you mind if I download this show and sell it to people? Yes, Computer Bob, I do mind.
I don't know that.
I can't say your name on the show anymore, Computer Bob. Computer, is your name Bob?
In Germany, Bob means famous, bright fame. In England, Bob means abbreviation of
All right,
Robert.
computer, stop. Computer, how many yards did DJ Chark have in 2019?
In the 2019 season, DJ Chark Jr. rushed for 20 yards and had 1,008 receiving yards for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Breakout.
He averaged 67.2 receiving yards per game.
Breakout. Chark is the man. Hollywood Brown's the man in 2020. Go get him. DJ Chark is going to be the man again in 2020. Go get... So Hollywood, DJ Chark, AJ Brown. I love those 3 wide receivers. I wouldn't mind rolling into 2020 with those as my main 3 wide receivers and beefing up at running back, and quarterback. Hernandez, thank you, Ball's Life, for the super. Computer, super chat.
Yes, Smitty. Thank you for the super. May I have another?
Thank you, Ball's Life. And also, Ricky.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
I know Balls Life's pissed because you just took the seat, Ricky, so far. Ricky Hernandez, I want the showdown, he says. He wants to be a pimp. Ricky, I'm going to get my cane out, get it ready for Ricky because I'm about to anoint Ricky. Where's my camera? The wrong camera angle. Ricky, I'm about to anoint you. Give me a second here. Looks like some good mid-wide receiver prospects. Absolutely. Thank you, though, Balls Life. You're the man. And I'll keep a lookout for you on the next one, too. And if you guys want to win it, I almost slipped with my cane. If you guys want to win a spot, my Instagram stories, I'm giving away one all the time. So make sure you check that out. I reserve a spot for my boy Balls Life. I like Ricky Hernandez's energy. Okay, so that's going to put a wrap on the show. But you know the drill. Where's my outro? I might have to find another song, guys. I got nothing. All done. Where's my outro? I don't know. Damn it. Oh well. Just Derek. What's up, Derek? Okay, so I think that's going to put a wrap on the show tonight, guys. Ricky, send an email to me right now. Or put your email in the chat. It's going to moderate it so no one's going to see it. Later, Silver. Silver, enter those contests, man. I know you can win that. I know you. I know your personality. You easily could win one of those contests, dude. Ricky, put your email in the chat. I'm looking for your email, Ricky. I like DJ Moore a lot, guys, but the only question is, like, you know, QB changes and, you know, you got to account for that. So that's why I don't rank him in the top 10 where everybody has him. I like DJ Moore a lot. I think DJ Moore and Hollywood Brown, for example, these are all guys that need to be considered top 10 wide receivers talent-wise, but I don't think ranking them there is the best way to go. Ricky, put your email in there, buddy. How many rounds is the draft? I want to say it's like 13 or 12 or 14 or something like that. The draft's going to only have 3 bench spots, which is going to make it crazy, you know, because there are going to be people that are starting people on buys. It'll happen a lot. There'll be people that drop a really good player. And I decided because of that, and because I don't want people playing like a baseball weekly thing where you're starting somebody and then immediately dropping them after you put them in your lineup after the game starts, I'm putting in a rolling waiver that should be the reverse draft order. So if you have the first pick, then you're last. If you have the 96th pick, then you're first. Yeah, DJ Moore's good, though. A lot of upside. But remember, if you have the first pick overall or whatever, there's going to be, if there's a free agent out there, like let's say Madison was available and Cook went down, in Madison will be available because this is a very shallow league. We will have a very, very awesome okay, Nick, I got yours and Ricky's emails, so I will get you guys set up. Nick is a winner of a seat. Nick, congratulations, young man. Let me go ahead and play this for you before I leave, because this is a very important part of the process right here. This is a big step. Oh, shoot, hold on. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my stream.
Welcome to the league. Please raise your left hand and repeat after Smitty.
Hold on, Nick and Ricky, please follow along. Are you ready? Ricky, Nick, please put your left hand up. Let me know when it's up. Okay, now follow along with this video.
Welcome to the league. Please raise your left hand and repeat after Smitty. I will pimp this league like the pimp I hope to become. I will leave no pimp behind in battle. Get some.
One more time.
Welcome to the league. Please raise your left hand and repeat after Smitty. I will pimp this league like the pimp I hope to become. I will leave no pimp behind in battle. Get some.
All right, that's an important oath you need to take if you're going to be in this league. I'll be posting that on Twitter. Rum, you'll need to take that as well on Twitter. I'll post it soon. Thank you all. Ricky, you're the man. Ball is life. You're the man. Where is my ball, Zach Ertz? I don't know where all of you are today. We only got 34 damn people in the room. What do we got to do to change that shit for next time? 34 people. Like, what the hell are we doing? We get to the 800 to 1,000 range. So, and I think YouTube's not sending out emails, which is really frustrating. But let's get back to the 800 to 1,000 range. I don't know. I know the NFL draft's gonna kick in and be pretty busy, so get ready for that. Everybody, peace out. I appreciate you all. And get on my Instagram. Start getting ready to win some of those spots. Nick, sleeperu.com. It's got all my rookie running backs. And if you're going to talk breakouts, okay, I'll give you one. I like Benjamin from Arizona State, if in the right spot. Hubbard seems very undervalued. Hubbard could be very, very highly ranked, or he could be a forgotten man. A lot of these guys past the top 4 or 5 running backs, there aren't like a ton of vacancies at the running back position in the NFL. I really like Antonio Gandy Golden for rookies. Gandy Golden's going to be, I think, a really good, very underrated wide receiver in this class. But Antonio Gandy Golden, watch out for that guy. Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Everybody knows Jerry Jeudy. But CeeDee Lamb's either underrated on some rankings or he's like ranked second. So kind of depends. But Justin Jefferson, I think, is very low. Antonio Gandy Golden's very low on a lot of people's rankings. I like both of those guys. Zach Moss is ranking around 7 to 12 for running backs on a lot of people's rankings, which is pretty damn crazy. Is Computer Bob in the league?
I don't know that
Doesn't look like it, Bob. I'm sure you'll find a way in. The problem is I feel so bad saying no to all of you guys because I want all of you in the league. You know what I mean? Like, I have to kind of space it out, you know? But computer, oh gosh, I can't say your name. Bob. And no Compu. Yeah, I call you Compu. No Compu, Bob. I'm not changing the name of my Compu. Why am I not leaving? You guys always do this to me. That's why I need the intro music. All right, later, guys. Appreciate all you. Saturday, I'll be back.